Welcome to another stage analysis video. It is Wednesday the 5th of June 2024. Just wanted to do a brief video in this midweek video just to update some of the things that's been happening on the site over the last week, because I've added a number of new pages and new features to the site, specifically in the GICS Industry Bell Curve data. So we've now got the GICS Industries, the 74 industry groups, the sub-industries, the 163 sub-industries, and the groups. So with each of these bell curve charts now, you can click into the interactive chart, you can go through the individual stocks, see the change data. So this is the semiconductors and semiconductor equipment group, for example. You can click through to the actual page as well, which this is going to go on to have. We're going to be charting the data in multiple ways. The percentage of stocks on a SATA 6 and above will have a chart. I'm going to have the percentage of stocks above their 30-week moving averages and also price charts for these groups as well, coming up in the coming months. So going to start to build out the GICS features more. So at the moment, just been building out the bell curves this week. So as I said, added the industries and added the groups this week. So you've got more concentrated areas that you can look at. So obviously with the sub-industries, the 163 sub-industries, the groups at times can be quite small. Silver, for example, here has only got 9 entries, but you do get the odd ones where they've got very few. Copper, for example, has only got 4 there. Whereas if you come back to the industries here, all of those will be grouped into sometimes only a single group, metals and mining, for example. And as you can see, there's 129 stocks in the metals and mining group. And if you go into the groups even more, you've got the materials, and then in that you've got 242 stocks. So much more sort of broader range of stocks, but in more concentrated amount of groups. So you get less at the ends of the table, as we do with the sub-industries. You get less with where there's only a few stocks clogging up the ends. So the bell curve is a little bit smoother. You can see at the moment, currently 67.12% are in the weak zone, so that's in the 40% or below level here. We've got 27.4 in the neutral and 5.48 in the strong zone. So not many industries at the moment in the strong zone. And the strong zone means on a stage analysis technical attribute score of a 6 or above. So the majority of the stocks are, and the industries here have less than 40% of their stocks on a 6 or above. So we look down the table, you can see you can actually filter by you can go and filter through and just look at the individual sectors. So you want to see consumer discretionaries. You can see the table down here. You can click into these. It also pops out the tables. I've also added an improvement where it's got a loader, so that when you doesn't have to wait for that to start popping out. So it's only a minor, so it helps with the more smoothness with the things loading. You can click through all of these and you can see where the various sectors are. So technology at the moment, you've got 66.67% of the technology industries, and in the weak zone 33.33 in the neutral and 0 in the strong. So you can see semiconductors is in uppercase has moved up 1 this week. So if you click on that, you can see there'll be a few stocks here, so +1, +2, +4, +2, +1. These have moved to a 6 or above this week. So and there's more moving to a 6 and above than there has been dropping from the strong down to the neutral scores. You can see there's been a few that have dropped down, but more have been moving up. So that's why that has been rising up, and you can see the percentages in the table. So +6.25% this week, and 1.85% over the last 2 weeks have moved into a 6 or above here. So it's pretty flat over the last quarter for these. They've been generally going sideways in a range type environment. So we come back to all, you can look through all of the various industries here and see that they're 1 week, 2 week, 4 week and 13-week data here as well. Again, as I said, I'm going to be charting the weekly data, so we will be able to see all of these percentages in a single chart for every single group. So that's going to be another way that we can use that data, and it's also going to be added into the stage analysis screener as well, and we'll be able to screen for the changes in the group themes as well. So As I said, the groups here as well, these are much broader. For example, you go into pharmaceuticals, biotechnology and life sciences. This is a really large one. So as we can see, there's 774 stocks in that broader group there. So this is another way that you can use the data. So it will depend on how granular you want to get. If you're I prefer the sub-industries most of the time, or the industries. The group one is much more like the broader sectors. I will have sector data as well, but at the moment I'm considering doing it in a different way to the bell curve, as there's another graphic that I like to use for that data that's a little bit more succinct, as the bell curve is much better for these kind of when there's a lot more groups going on. So as I said, just to use this, you can either hover over these, get the names of the groups. You can see whether they're in the weak, neutral and strong zone. Click on the individual groups and it pops up the individual stocks. You can go through to the stocks and you can see the chart of the stocks. You can also get through into those that way as well. Come back out of this, back into here. So we're looking at semiconductors, for example. At the moment you can see Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing up to this week, pushing to new highs here, so from a 7 to a 9 at the moment. So lots and lots of different ways that you can use this data. So there's now 3 of those. If we go back into the screener, minor update here, just added a note when the data is updated. At the moment it's updated every day at 5:40 Eastern time at the moment, so it's changed around a little bit. More stocks have added, it's made it a little bit slower, so I'm going to be trying to improve how long the calculations start. As the calculations start at 5 o'clock Eastern time, so it takes 40 minutes to get all of those calculations through, and then the industry data is run a little bit after that as well, so it is updated a little bit after that for the actual the bell curve charts, so they don't immediately update. But this data is all updated generally by 5:40, sometimes earlier than that, and then you can go through, use the various filters. I talked last week about minor change, well not a minor change, adding the first of the custom filters. We've now got a custom filter for the price. I'm going to be adding more of these with the other filters at the moment, which only have standard drop down filters at the moment. So lots and lots of different ways that you can use this at the moment. So one of my favorites each day is to just go have a look at either the stocks on a strong SATA score and have got positive change, so you can immediately see it's down to 462 stocks there. You want to get rid of some of the ones that don't have good average volume, so over 1.5 million for the week, so already down to 283, and then market cap over 300 million, so 253 there. You might want to, I'm going to be adding with the custom filters here, I'm going to be adding exclusions, so I don't ever like looking at the biotech stocks, for example, which tend to litter the results, as there's quite a lot of those. So we'll be find ways so that you can exclude various groups and sub-industries. But at the moment, another way that you can just do it, say you're interested only, you can do it by the sector. You only want to look at the techs, so you can see immediately you've got 50 stocks to go through here potentially. 10s generally are more extended, so if you flip this the other way, you're on a strong already, so the lowest score is going to be a 6. You're on a positive change, so these are stocks that are moving from a neutral score to and a weak score into a strong score this week. So you can then click through these individual charts, starting at these. So if you can just quickly go through, open up the pages on these, and then you can see where they are. So MKSI, for example, sitting in a nice consolidation pattern in stage 2 here. Got another one here, PLTR. So later in stage 2, potentially stage 3, but attempting to rebound back through the 10-week moving average here at the moment. Got ASX here consolidating in late stage 2. So this one's just above the 10-week but under the 30-week. So in stage 3 at the moment. And another one consolidating late stage 2, potentially early stage 3, but consolidating could yet make a further continuation. So really easy ways to quickly go through those. So the 6s tend to be tighter because it's more of a neutral to strong score, and then you get into the 7s, the 8s and the 9s where you start to get much stronger. So 7s are some of my favourite ones as well. So CrowdStrike here, for example, had earnings today, good reaction to that. You've got CHOHA with a continuation breakout recently, ASML also attempting a stage 2 continuation breakout. AVGO quite close to the top, late stage 2, but looking for a continuation breakout on that. ANET tightening up above its 10-week there, so in late stage 2 again. So lots and lots of ways that you can use this. Get to Ring Central, which has been tightening up in late stage 1 here, so looking for a stage 2 breakout attempt, for example. So really easy to go through with just a simple scan like that. There's lots of other different ways you can do it. You can look for, you want the close in the upper half of the bar as well. Didn't actually change any on these ones, but generally, or if you want to use relative volume, this is weekly volume, so more useful the later you get in the week if you're using it earlier in the week. So for example, if you want to get 1 times the weekly average volume, so by at the end of the week, then you would use a 1, but earlier in the week, so for example it's Wednesday today, you'd only be looking for half of that or less than that, so you go for 0.5, and then that's filtered out those that are not showing the average volume that you'd be looking for there. You want to look for breakouts or breakdowns, looking for only those that have had a breakout as well. So VNet here, for example, look at that one. So not much of a breakout, but only a minor base breakout in the lower half here. So let's have a look what we got. Another lower base break on this one, ACLS. So you can quickly, lots and lots of different ways you can do that. You can drop through the sectors. You want to look at materials, not many in the materials here. You want to look at discretionary. So really it makes it much easier if you start filtering these down, start using the various different settings. If you leave the page, these settings will all be saved. They're saved into the local storage in the browser, so in order to get rid of them, you just need to reset the filters here, and it takes you back to the initial status as such. So what else we got? US ETFs page, still just only got 90 ETFs visible at the moment on here. There's a few hidden, got a few, there was a few of the 3 times ones that need some data issues sorting. Going to be looking to add more to these in time. At the moment, just deciding which ones to add or not. Been looking through various lists. There's a lot of duplicate ETFs, lots of companies serve the same indexes, etc. So it's trying to get a good mix for those. And then the ETF summary page, just a quick snapshot of what's going on in the market. As you can see, mid caps, small caps, and the Dow all on a neutral score at the moment, on the weaker side of neutral. Go to the mid caps, you can see potential developing, buying climax or macro action secondary test, coming back down, did go below the 10-week moving average, but sitting just above that. So this is currently in what we call late stage 2B, maybe stage 2B minus if it drops back below the 10-week moving average again, but could also be turning towards stage 3. But we're in what's known as phase B of this particular base structure here. Go back, whereas QQQ and the S&P 500 continuing to push to new highs at the moment in late stage 2B. Same with the SPY here. So and then we go down the charts here to the theme ETFs. Semiconductors leading at the moment, oil services and an ARK-K right down at the bottom at the moment. So, and I haven't updated the members page yet, so I have added a little drop down in the menu here and changed this to market breadth. So all of the bell curves, I'm going to be adding the 30-week moving average bell curves and data and charts as well, so into here. So just started to make minor changes to this. At the moment, market breadth, sub-industries bell curve, the industries bell curve and the groups bell curves can all be accessed via here. I want to potentially add some side links down here as well to make it easier. So hopefully that's useful for you and gives you a good overview of what's going on at the moment. So anyone that's a non-member watching this, then just come to the Stage Analysis website and go to the subscribe button. So thanks for watching.